Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Good time zone. My name is Ruel Gaviola. Welcome to Tabletop Recall, where we talk about the best board games of the month. In this case, we're talking about May 2025. So last month, happy June to everyone. It is currently June 2nd, which blows me away. Do you say this every year? I feel like I say it every year. The year has gone by faster than ever before. But anyways, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Hello, Kim. Hi, B. Travis. Hi, Poo Poo Cafe. Um, Goblin is here as well. Bing, hey, hey. Good to see y'all here. As always, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you've had a great gaming month. Thank you, Variant Hex, for lurking as always. D-Walls, what is going on, my friend? I hope everything is going well. Kimma says, I don't know, some of it dragged, but May went fast. Yeah, May definitely went fast. I feel like, let me think. No, it's the entire year has gone by fast, but May definitely went super fast for me personally. It's June already, which blows me away, but in a good way. We've got plenty of things to do, plenty of games to play. I feel like I've been ramping up my gameplay recently, which is really nice. I've made it a point this year to really get outside of get away from home where I play most of my games, right? I play most of the games here, obviously, on streams and videos here at the home. Or I go to the Good Time Society, play a game every week with Becca, and I've made it a point this year to get outside of that and get back to my roots, so to say, with some old friends of mine from gaming before the pandemic, and reconnecting with some folks. It's been really great, and being able to play in different things, different locations. One of them recently, Michelle's school that she works at. We had done this a few years ago, but it sort of tapered off just to various circumstances. But we brought it back this year, a gaming meetup, which was great. I got to hang out with some of Michelle's students at school. They have like about an hour and a half designated for clubs. So one of the clubs was the game meetup club, the tabletop club. So I was able to play some games with them, which was really cool. And I'll talk about them one here. Daryl Buddy, yeah, my buddy Daryl, yes. Played games with him. Actually, it's been a couple of weeks. He's also a teacher, so his school year's been winding down. But he'll be on summer break soon, so I'm sure I'll be gaming with him. My buddy Oscar, I've known since pretty much when I first got into modern board games. He was Oscar and I hung out at the same gaming meetup at a local comic book store. We became friends and stayed friends over the years. Got to hang out with Oscar recently and play games, which was really nice. So looking forward to reconnecting with them. Folks, I got a couple of announcements. I've got no Good Morning Society this week. Also no streaming from home tomorrow. So tomorrow, Tuesday, I typically stream from home for Critical Hit games. And then Wednesdays, as you know, Good Morning Society at 10 a.m. Those are both dark this week. But I will be back Thursday on Critical Hit Games' channel, live streaming there. So check that out, please. I will drop the links in chat right now. It is it socials? Maybe it's not. Ruel. About. Maybe it's about. I don't even know my own commands. Maybe I should do commands here. And find out what the commands are. Let's see what my commands are. Oh, no, that goes to... Oh, that's... Okay, it goes to my stream elements. So I actually use Nightbot for my commands. Oh, I did not know that. So to get my commands from Nightbot, let me just go to Nightbot itself. Normally I have these plugged in. I don't know what's going on here. As always, tech is always a challenge here. Let's see, go to commands. Commands, boop. And now that page isn't working. Yay. Amy Troom's in the house. Hi. Well, I figured this out. Y'all find me on the socials. Ruel Gaviola, RuelGaviola. Oh, okay, here. I will do... Oh, why is that? It looks so weird. Again, you can't see what I'm talking about, which is, I'm sure, is annoying. But this browser looks all weird. Okay. I'll type in a link tree. Well, that good. Yeah, there it is. Find me all over the interwebs there, friends. Off time for me. Yeah, it's Kim. It is. It's not really off time. Tomorrow's gonna be some off time starting about 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. It's off time, but I'll be working in the morning. And then Wednesday, I'm working, but just not on Good Morning Society. So I will be getting some time off this weekend, which is nice. Bing says, going to Cubs Mariners game in less than 2 weeks. Nice. Awesome. And I was going to talk about this a little bit. I was going to save some of this because I wanted to create some new content for Patreon supporters. And by the way, if you want to join me on Patreon, as low as $1 a month, you can support stuff that doesn't get seen by the public, and also early access to some of my gameplay videos. But one of the things I want to do on Patreon is talk a little bit about baseball. Baseball and some board games as well, but I've had this really cool week of baseball events that I've gone to. So went to the Dodgers-Yankees last night. Unfortunately, we went to the game that they lost, but still, Dodgers took 2-3 of the Yankees, which is great. But also on Friday night, Michelle and I, it was a real treat. We finally got to see the Savannah Bananas. And folks, if you're not familiar with baseball, or if you're not really the biggest fan, I would still recommend going to a Savannah Bananas game because they're basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It is a show. It is entertainment. I'd say it's about 85% entertainment, 20, maybe 15% baseball. And they present baseball in a unique and fun way. It's called Banana Ball. It's silly, it's outrageous, but it is hilarious. Michelle and I had the best time, and I'm hoping to go again real soon. There is a suggestion to replace the Rockies with the Bananas. You know, the Bananas got some ball players, I'll tell you. People kept saying, so it's better than. Yeah, so if you're not a baseball fan, definitely recommend it. If you are a baseball fan, I'd still recommend it, but really, you have to know what to expect coming in. It is not pure baseball. If you're a baseball head like I am, you have to be able to put yourself in a different frame of mind. It is hilarious. It's entertainment, right? I mean, baseball is too, but the sport of baseball, it's been tweaked a ton by the Savannah Bananas. I highly recommend it. I mean, Michelle and I had a great time. Absolutely hilarious. That's a good time. Family friendly. Team Party Animals DWAs. Yeah, we saw the Bananas play the firefighters, actually, which was great. I think one of the funniest comments actually didn't happen at during the, well, it happened during the game, but I went to the restroom, the men's room, took care of business there, and I was, washing my hands, and I hear a couple of guys standing next to me, doing their thing, washing their hands, and they're talking, and obviously they're locals, and they said, yeah, you know what? It's a lot more entertaining than the Angels games these days. I had to laugh, and of course I was rocking my Dodgers cap, but I was trying, I was being respectful of the local Angels fans, but I thought that was funny to hear. Like wrestling, yeah. Hey, Time Roller, good to see you. Yeah, totally like wrestling. It is the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It is so entertaining, though. Michelle and I had such a great time. It literally from the get-go, it is non-stop. It's almost, honestly, it's almost overwhelming how much it's silly. So the funniest thing, and this happens on literally almost every inning, like the Bananas, after they hit or bat or do something, they go into choreographed dances. Whether it's like a couple of the guys, the players, or the entire team will gather, and they do these really fun dances. It's hilarious. Think about the funniest touchdown end zone dance in American football. It's like that times 10. It's so much fun. Hey, sure, if you want to see the Bananas, they're so popular, you have to sign up for a lottery. Yeah, to get tickets. Michelle and I tried to see them a few years ago, and we couldn't get in. The tickets sold so fast, and we said we want to go. Michelle got picked in the lottery. Was super excited, and you get picked in the lottery, then you could buy, I think, up to. We bought 2 tickets, obviously, but I don't know if you could buy up to 4. You have to buy them in pairs. But anyways, we got them, paid for them. It was a great time, great seats, folks. The Bananas, I mean, they're the real deal. They go on tour. They go to different cities. They played Angel Stadium, which is 40,000+ seats. They sold it out. It was absolutely sold out, and yeah, had the best time. I cannot recommend them highly enough. So Living Dyson says, I kept seeing. Oh, can I do my comment thing? Hold on a second. Where's my featured chat thing? Yeah, I can. Did it work? No, it didn't work. Dang it. Um, hmm. Man, you'd think I'd have this stuff figured out by now. Unfortunately, I don't. Text. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Maybe if I put this on. If I go over here. To live with nice in LA says, oh, there. I kept seeing people trying to sell banana tickets on Facebook, and I thought they were scam posts. Yeah, they do warn you about that because you buy them directly from the team. Michelle got her electronic copy, and they warn you. They warn everyone: do not buy tickets off, online or whatever. So I'm not sure exactly how that works out, but yeah, definitely be careful. Colt Cardboard says the Cirque du Soleil of baseball. Yeah, I would compare some of it. Here's the thing, and you can check out their social media. The Savannah Bananas. It's funny. They actually have more social media followers than every single team of Major League Baseball combined, or more views. They have like 6 million or some crazy number, because you'll see like their dance numbers always are a hit. But what I really appreciate, and anyone will, was just the trick plays they do. So just like the Harlem Globetrotters, they do everything up, they raise the bar up to 10. So for instance, like just a routine fly ball to like left field or right field, right? Ball player usually goes there, gets their mitt. These guys, they'll do stuff like they put their mitt up, then they'll catch it behind their back. Or more impressively, I thought, man, I think it was the center fielder did this a couple times. He'd be under a ball, he'd time it just right where he would do a backflip, and then catch the ball. It was, we were going crazy over that. I know I took some videos of it, and you can find it online, but oh my gosh. Stuff like that, and then running the bases, just the funny things they do around the bases. One of my favorite things, and I was telling Lauren about this. So Michelle and I went, Lauren didn't go, but one of the funniest things is, when you're at a baseball game, you can catch a flat foul ball, like in the audience, and hey, free souvenir. If you legit catch it in the Savannah Bananas game, it counts as an out. So talk about the ultimate crowd participation, right? You catch it cleanly, it's an out for whatever team hit it. It's hilarious. Makes you wonder why they aren't playing the majors. Yeah, I looked it up, Colt Cardboard. Michelle and I were wondering that too. There have been a handful of players that have actually made it to the majors from the Savannah Bananas. Yeah, so it started as, I believe, a college summer ball team. So I think it's like semi-pro team, or maybe the lowest level of minor leagues. I forget, but they had these are legit ball players. They just hadn't taken the next step, or maybe they weren't quite good enough to go to the next step, but they were still athletes nonetheless, right? I mean, you think about it, the major leagues, those are like the best players in the world. There's only like a couple of hundred jobs, but there's thousands of players. Like, not everyone's going to get in the majors, no matter how great you are. And that's what's funny. Like, even the worst professional ball player, baseball, basketball, football, they're still like next level. Like, anyone off the street will not be able to beat them, right? If you ever watch, I think it's Brian Scalabrine from the NBA, watch his videos. Like, people used to always laugh, oh, he's a bum or whatever. I think he played for USC, then he got to the pros for a couple of teams. Where, oh yeah, I could take, TikTokers or YouTube people would say, oh, I could totally take him, I'm a ball player. But then you watch, it's like, no, even the worst NBA player will absolutely school someone, off the street. But anyways, yeah, although I guess playing the Bananas pretty great glory. Yeah, it's entertainment. They get paid a pretty decent wage from what I understand. And as they grow more popular, they're, hopefully they're getting a cut of whatever money they're making. The White Mamba. They sold out in seconds in Indy. Yeah. That, someone was talking, was I talking about this in another stream where someone had they were buying tickets. So Michelle and I bought tickets for Angel Stadium. That was the closest one. And then someone was telling us that they were situated, them and their partner were between Kansas City and St. Louis, where both the Bananas would play in both stadiums. So one person put in the lottery for Kansas City, the other put their name in for the lottery for St. Louis, and they were trying to win one of those, because you can only enter one lottery. You can't enter for all locations. Only one location per email. Yeah, I think they sold at Marlins Park. That never happened. Right? It's they're bringing the fans. The fans love it, and we got there and people were into it. It was people already had all their bananas gear. Michelle and I, we bought shirts. I bought a hat. I love it. It's so much fun. They've played like football stadiums too. I forget which was it. Soldier Field in Chicago. I mean, they've played games in front of like 50, 60, 70,000 people, which is insane to me. Yes, guest celebrities. So you can see the game that Michelle and I went to on Friday night. It's on YouTube. It was so fun. The special guest celebrity was Troy Gloss, former Angel. He was the MVP of the World Series when they won it the one time in their history back in like 2002 or 2003. I'll never forget. It's the only time I've rooted for a team other than the Dodgers because the Angels were playing the Giants in the World Series. And of course I had to root for the Angels, and Troy Gloss was MVP. He was awesome back in the day. So he was a special guest. They brought him out. He looked great, obviously a little bigger than he was during his playing days. Had glasses now, but he got a single. They just brought him up as a special guest hitter. He got a single, jogged to first base, and then had a pinch runner coming in. It was a great moment. People were going crazy, of course, in Anaheim. Okay. I am hydrated. We'll talk more about this later. But what I do want to do is start talking about some of the games that y'all played. Okay, I'm back. I'm good. Okay, good. He's talking about baseball. I didn't miss that. Goblin. You're back. Yeah, baseball talk over. We are going to be talking about games now. So what we do here, folks, every month, I try to do it every first Monday of the month. And I'm going to turn down my mic. It's coming in a little hot. Plus, I talk loud when I'm streaming. Hey, Deadpan. We talk about the games. I talk about the games that I enjoyed last month, or I played last month. I ranked them in order, and then I'll take a quick break, and then we will talk about the games that you all played. If you want to share the games you played, I ask you to do this over here on Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord community, please do. I'll drop the link right now. And I have a channel set up there called What You Played, and people will, you all will drop your games there. It's easier for me to do that just because I can cut and paste and then, get stuff set up. But I'll do that after the break. We're going to talk about the games that I talk first, or I played, and then we'll talk about the games you played, and then as we chat, maybe we'll bring up some of the games that live viewers are doing. This is also being going to be a VOD, a VOD on YouTube. But yeah, shout out also. I always got to shout out, folks. I was going to shout out BGG for hosting. I don't think they're hosting today for whatever reason. Is it Monday? It is Monday. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't go live. That's fine. But I do want to shout out BGG. They always... for months, and now they've hosted the stream on their channel. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we are going to be talking about the games that we played this month. Let me get this over here. Got my little list, checking it twice. Who said that? All right. This goes on this side. This goes here. Okay, yeah. I think that's right. Yeah. All right. So I'll do as well. If you don't know, if you're the first time here, thank you for hanging out. It's great seeing you all here. I don't know why things say it's a FinSpan solo teach and play. I thought I updated that. I'm going to update that now. Update titles. It was supposed to be Tabletop Recall. Best board games of the month. Okay, copy paste. I swear I did this before we went live, and I even changed the thumbnail. Weird. I don't know, internet. I don't understand you sometimes. Oh, Mookie just showed up. Hi, Mookie. Oh, no, that's Meeple. Hi, Meeple. You may see one of the pugs on the stream soon, folks. Meeple's sort of shy, though. Not like Mookie. Mookie, he likes being on camera. Michelle and I were filming a video the other day, and not even live streaming, and Mookie had to come in and sit on Michelle's lap. It's funny. Okay, hopefully that's updating now. I updated earlier, and I don't know when I went live, it reverted back to the old Fin Span Teach and Play, which we did last week, and we may be talking about it here. Okay, I've updated it now. Weird, 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 weird. I don't understand you sometimes. Okay. It's working. It's working. Let me drink some water. Today we're gonna be talking about games. I'm gonna do the YouTube intro as always. I've been learning how to edit videos. It's great. Am I good at it? I'm learning the basics, but it's been fun. But hang out with me, folks. If you want to talk about the games you played, we will be doing that later after I get through my list. I've got 22 different games to talk about today. From my list, we'll do that. I'll take a break, and then we'll talk about your games. All right, here we go. Oh, let me get this ready. All right. Hi, friends. Welcome to Tabletop Recall. This is a monthly show where I talk about the games that I played in the previous month. This is for May 2025, and I also talk about the games that you played. But I'm going to kick it off with the games that I played because that's how it is. It's my show. We're going to go to my number 22 of the month, which is a game that I wasn't on my radar, but I do streams for Critical Hit Games, and this is the game that we played one day of the month last month. It's number 22, Axis and Allies Battle of the Bulge. Now, if you know Axis and Allies, you will know Battle of the Bulge. It is a different version of the game, but it adds some pretty cool stuff as far as combat goes. It adds supply lines, and you're going to have to deal with that as you make your way in the Battle of the Bulge. Very, famous or infamous battle in World War II. If you like the Axis and Allies system, you'll enjoy it here. Again, it covers tactical movement as you're trying to move your troops and across the way and capture certain points for victory points. And you do that through dice rolling, and that's the main mechanism there. What's really neat that we really liked, Luis, my co-host, and also Chris, the co-host, aka the owner of Critical Hit Games in Corona, California, is the airplanes, the air combat. It comes in, I think it's the 5th or 6th round of the game. They have it set up so you do your ground troops, you have your artillery, you have your, mobile units, so, tanks and stuff. And then around the 5th or 6th round, you can bring in your Air Force. You bring in bombers, you bring fighters, and that's really cool. I had not played an Axis and Allied game with those mechanisms, so to play that here, it was a real treat. So that's my number 22 of the month, Axis and Allies Battle of the Bulge. All right, moving on. Again, I do this every month, folks. Be sure to click the like and the subscribe button, and also that notification button, so you can follow along when I go live with the different streams that I do. Moving to number 21. This is a game that I could have easily ranked this super high on my list, but for whatever reason, it dropped down. It didn't drop down, but it is number 21 on my list. It is a game called Fairy. Now, Fairy is a game that is super light, and this is from Bitewing Games. They're showing how to play here, where you're just using your fingers to show your action. You can see here the players there are showing fingers, and it's going to determine what you're trying to do, whether it's a certain number of card or a certain type, and each round, that's all you're doing. It's super fast. It's super fun. I think it's the trigger point is 25 points for the end game trigger, or 20 points. I forget, but basically you're guessing what the next card is going to be. Here's all the cards here, and you're going to guess, is it going to be higher than the last one, lower than the last one, the same suit as the other one, or is it going to be a fairy? So that's a little fairy symbol. It looks like a claw. But if it's a fairy, then you'll get more points than the other cards. And it's fun because your scorecard, as you can see there, it's literally, you just hold it and you're going to have your finger on how many points you have at that moment. So let me press the replay button. There's Bitewing Games. It's super fun. I played this with my buddy Daryl and his daughter, and we had a great time. And they actually borrowed my copy. I was like, you got to borrow it. I mean, she loved it so much. And I can't wait to play this with more folks. It's we only played a 3-player game. It worked just fine, but I want to play this like with a bigger group. It is a light and easy and breezy game that I love. These type of games that are fit in literally in your pocket. It's only maybe it's 30 something cards, not even that. But yeah, terrific game. Number 21, Fairy. Okay, let's move on to number... What comes before 21? 20. I'm just testing your counting knowledge, folks. Number 20 is Ticket to Ride New York. This is the version of the game that I really enjoy these days. It is a smaller version of the game, right? Where the game itself is just like Ticket to Ride, but it is shrunk down. It's a smaller map. It is just fewer cards, and it's plays the exact same, just in 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. It is terrific, friends. This is the game I would recommend if you feel like people might be into Ticket to Ride. Why not play this one instead, rather than the huge 60-minute game or so, the standards? Bring this one to your next gaming day. Have them try it out. You're laying cards, in this case cars in New York, cabs, trying to get from destination to destination. And when the cabs run out, or the cars, there are only 20-something cars, the game is over. You do scoring your destination points, and that's it. It's the exact same game, just in a much lighter, more accessible and approachable package. That's our number 20, Ticket to Ride New York. And I don't know why... my the thing doesn't show up anymore. My text on screen is just gone. I don't know what happened. So if I go over here, it just disappeared. How fun. Yay. Yay, text on screen. I don't know what you did there, Ruel. I didn't do a thing. It was working, and now it's not working. It's so weird. Did I press the wrong button? Oh, maybe I have to do this. Now is it showing? No. I'm going back here. It's totally off. This is so weird. AB True played Fairy yesterday. Silly fun come from behind guessing Fairy for the win. I love that. Right? Okay, I'm trying to figure out... Oh, whoa, that's not it. Why is this not working anymore, Ruel? Text on screen. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to fix this on the fly here. Did I move it? Oh. That is so strange. Why did it move by itself? Was I supposed to not press this button, perhaps? Whoa, this is weird. It went all the way down there. What the heck? Okay. Huh. Sorry, folks. Thanks for hanging out. This is the joys of live streaming, right? We talk about this all the time. Okay, it's working again, I think. Let me go over here. Yeah. I'll tell you what, let me just paste this in here. Okay. Huh. Because now, okay, that works there, and that works there. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to take the, you know what? Well, no, I could edit this in. No, I can't. Well, I could. I'm the type, I'd rather just retake it. Just redo it, I think. Yeah. Maybe I just do this like this. Yeah. All right. Hey, Roland Reggie, what's going on? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my thing here. Looks okay, I guess. I don't know. Can y'all see any of what I'm doing? No, probably not. Okay. So this is Ticket to Ride New York. We're going to take this from the top. Or we're not going to take it from the top. We're going to take it from number 20, folks. Okay. Bing says, when it comes to smaller Ticket to Rides, New York, San Francisco, Amsterdam, London, or Berlin, or Paris, are they all the same, or is there one that really stands out better? That's a great question. I've only played New York and I think London. I don't remember them having too much of a difference. The routes are different, of course, but if anyone knows, let's answer Bing's question. That's a good question. Okay, I'm going to take number 20 from the top here. All right. Number 20 is Ticket to Ride New York. Now, if you like Ticket to Ride, I think this is the one to show new players these days. It's the ones that I enjoy showing because it's the same as Ticket to Ride, but just in a smaller, more approachable package. You're still laying down trains, or in this case, cars, in the New York edition, and you're either drawing cards, two transportation cards, which are the different colors, or you're going to play those cards in order to lay down your cars on the map, right? And the rainbow taxi in this case is a wild, and you're going to claim those routes by playing those cards, transportation cards, and placing the taxis as you see there in the example in the video there. And then as you build them, you're going to, eventually deplete your supply of cars. At that point, when someone has 0, 1, or 2, you're going to take a final round, and then that's it. And then you're going to show score points for destination tickets, and also each route that you do, as you can see there, it has different point values for how long they are. You'll get additional points when you connect those ones or the coins, and then the most points win. So you have a little scorecard there. It's a simpler version of Ticket to Ride, but it retains the core of it. And I guess I shouldn't say simpler. It's just it's a shorter version of Ticket to Ride, and I think it works well. And I would recommend it. I actually like playing this nowadays because it's more like a filler. So if you don't want to play like the 60-minute Ticket to Ride, I think Ticket to Ride New York's a terrific way to go. And that's why it's my number 20 game of the month, Ticket to Ride New York. Okay, let's move on. My number 19 game. This is a game that I forgot about, actually, and thanks to Critical Hit Games, I was able to bring it back and relearn how to play. Number 19, Mephisto, the card game. This is a fun hand management game. You are going down to the depths of Hades, I guess. They don't even say that. But you're fighting these monsters. You have zombies, you have vampires, etc., etc. And it's really neat. It's like a dungeon crawl, but card-based. And it's really quick. And I thought, it was going to be simpler than I recall, but no, it wasn't. There's a nice little bit of complexity here. And actually, in the video I did, I'm just going to straight up say it, I missed a few things through my playthrough. I just straight forgot some of my powers that I unlocked. I could have easily been a lot more powerful and done some cooler combos. But that's what makes this game great. And I still have my copy. I've had this copy for years, thanks to, oh my gosh, Dylan, who does graphic design work for Flat Out Games now. His graphic design here, he's just a wonderful artist, a wonderful graphic designer. So it's Mephisto, but it's like, I don't know, I guess it would be like family friendly. It's nothing like too scary, but it's got like this nice Halloween vibe to it. And in it, you just draw cards, and then you are going to fight monsters or grab some loot or some items that will help you in later fights. And in the solo game, you're just trying to get to the, I think it's 15 or 16 points for the game and trigger. And then depending on how efficient you are, that's your score. So I didn't do that well. Like, you want to have as many cards left over in the dungeon deck as possible. And I had to go through a bunch to get through mine. But Mephisto, the card game, I feel like it's an underrated game. You can play it solo. It plays 2 to 4, but I like it solo, and it reminded me of why I like this solo, was doing that live stream. So that is number 19, Mephisto, the card game. Moving right along, moving. Let's get to number 18. This just dropped today. Michelle and I played this one. This is number 18, Slambo. This is a 2-player card game. It actually plays up to 4, but I like it at 2. It feels more like it's a combat game. So it is sumo wrestling. You and your opponent are sumo wrestlers, and you're playing cards in the middle here, as you see Michelle and myself doing. The total starts at 5, and then the cards you play will either bring that total all the way up to 10 or all the way down to 0. If you go past that, whether it's -1 or 11, then you're out, and you take one of the shame cards there. They're Daji. If you get 3 shame cards, you've been knocked out. You have lost the bout. So if you tie, then you're just going to put 1 there. So that's why Michelle and I tied in the first round. So we have 2 shame cards, and we play again. So as you can see there, it starts at 5, and then I would play a card, Michelle would play a card until someone cannot. If you tie, then you just add a shame card. But in this case, we went back and forth. Like, I brought it to 6, Michelle brought it to 8. I brought -7 down to 1. Michelle plays an 8 for 9, and so forth. It's a tug of war. It's a lot of fun, super quick, maybe 5 minutes per game, if that. As you can see, as long as you know how to do math, negatives and positives, you're fine. Really fun game. I played this with Oscar as well. Now, you can play it multiplayer. 3 or 4 players. It adds a couple of different cards, which I would be interested to try them because they do have like some special abilities that you do, and like one card allows you to do either a negative or positive, depending on what you want, where you want to bring the numbers to. Then there's the expert match, which means that you can only go up to 9 or 0, so or 1 down to 1 or 9. So it takes away one number, but definitely makes it tougher. But check out Slambo, folks. That is from All Play, who sent over a copy of the game. Thanks. All Play, and that's number 18, Slambo. Okay, moving right along, let's go to my number 17 of the month. This one has been on the list several times over the last year or so because it's a fantastic game. Number 7 is Captain Flip. Yeah, Captain Flip, folks, it continues to be a banger in my household with family, friends, and this is Michelle and I playing, I think last year, a live stream. But in Captain Flip, you draw tiles out of a bag, you place them on your ship one at a time, you alternate with other players, and each tile has either a special ability or scoring, or it's going to allow you to take this treasure map, which gives you a coin at the end of every turn. And as you fill up the columns, once you fill up 4, the game ends. Everyone takes an equal amount of turns. The most coins wins. I love this game. So the main thing is, once you pull a tile out of the bag, you either keep it as is, you cannot look at the back side, but if you decide to flip it, then you must stay on that side and place it in your ship. So it's a little push your luck thing. It's won all kinds of awards. I think it was one of the best games I've played in recent years as far as light gaming, family-friendly gaming. I brought this to family functions. Everyone always loves it. I just did a game day at Michelle's school. The students loved it. I don't think some people, it may not be for them, but I feel like the vast majority of people I've showed this to, dozens of people, really enjoy this. As you can see there, I placed one of the characters on the board. Some are going to be end game scoring, some are immediate scoring. My favorite is the gunner, I think, the guy that has the cannon, because you get the most coins by placing them on your map. 5 coins are on your ship. 5 coins. Most in the game. But at the end of the game, if you have 3 of them on your ship just automatically blows up. So there are other tiles that you place, if you lucky enough to draw them, where you can flip tiles that are adjacent. So maybe you flip that tile, or maybe you just don't put the gunner down, you flip it immediately and try the other side. It's terrific. As you fill up each column, you also get bonuses. Folks, Captain Flip, if you haven't played it already, you've got to play it. I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. It's my number 17 game in the month of May 2025, Captain Flip. Okay, number 16. Number 16 is another wonderful light game. One that I really fell in love with, I think it was the year before. I did not do this one for Rado. This was for my channel. Number 16 is Wine Cellar. And I think the best way to describe this is, if you ever played For Sale, this is similar For Sale, but a wine theme. You have your different cards. There are bottles of wine, which have a label, a type, a country of origin, the color. What you do, you're going to draft. And what's great is the wine cards, the wine bottles that you start with, are your cards that you're going to bid with as well. So you bid one, and then everyone does that, and then the highest will take the wine from the tableau or the market first, etc., etc. And then the cards that you've used to bid on that round, those become the next round in the market. So if I bid like a low number, that low number will be in the market for the next one, etc. It is brilliant. Andrew Styles, designer, really knocked it out of the park in this. And I know Andrew personally. I've met him a few times, and just knowing that he's a wine connoisseur, I love the fact that I think this was his first published game. Definitely the first one with 25th Century, but I love that it was his passion project. So as you can see there, when you take the wine bottles into your hand, you have to store them on the side, just like a true wine connoisseur. And as you'll notice there, they have numbers. So those numbers, you go left to right. After you place 8 bottles, you go left to right. Each one scores for the number that they're associated with. So number 1 bottle, in this case, the top bottle there, I would score 7 points. The second one looks like I would score 2 points, etc. So you cannot place bottles slotted in between them, but you can put them on the top or bottom. So it's a nice little spatial element that For Sale doesn't have. So I love For Sale. I love Wine Cellar. Don't make me choose between them, because I think they're both really approachable, accessible, and very easy to teach. But Wine Cellar, I think it has just a tad bit more strategy, I think, than For Sale. As far as For Sale, it's more of an auctioneer, where this one, it's more card drafting. Oh, by the way, let me go back to the video here. I'm playing the solo version of this. They actually have a solo, which works well. So check out my video online. You can see that on my channel to learn how to play the solo version of Wine Cellar. I greatly enjoyed it. I still have I have like a early production copy. I still have it. I don't think they asked for it back, so I play it every now and then. And if you ask for it back, you can have it back. Send me a final production copy, friends. But anyways, that's Wine Cellar, my number 16 game for the month of May 2025. Okay, let's move on to number 15. That's another game that I didn't expect much from. As far as I thought it was going to be much lighter than it was. And it's a light game, but it's a terrific game. Number 15, Cascadia Jr. Whoa, and what happened there? I just messed up my thing there. Let's take it again. Okay, number 15 is Cascadia Jr. I've raved about this before. I've actually played the game on my channel. You can check it out there. But I've also played the game live with Critical Hit Games. And this playthrough was a lot of fun because I played with the owner, Chris. And we had a guest, 8-year-old, it was an 8-year-old Bliss, really sweet young lady. She joined us for this game, and she knocked it out of the park. She understood it right away, and it's basically Cascadia. I would say the family-friendly version, of course, right? But if you're a gamer, hardcore gamer, like you are because you're watching this channel, this is like a filler version of Cascadia. So it keeps the same elements. You'll see there it has double tiles, right? Rather than just the single hexes, it's a double. And you just place it. You're trying to place them next to each other. So when there are 3 animals that are similar, you're going to place those tokens there and score, right? You're going to score randomly. So if you have 3 foxes, for instance, next to each other, you are going to take a fox token into your, place it onto your player mat there. And at the end of the game, you'll reveal those for the points. So you really don't know what points you're going to get at the end of the game. So yes, a little luck element, but there's definitely skill because you're trying to get those animals next to each other, and also habitats as well. The habitats, the bigger you can make your habitat, for instance, 6 mountains or whatever next to each other, then you'll get additional points based on the habitats. Again, those are going to go. Those are random tokens for scoring. It works perfectly, folks. I love this version. Again, if for a filler version, if you want just the taste of Cascadia Jr. without going through the entire game. And honestly, the Cascadia, it doesn't take that long. But still, I think this one for a family-friendly version works great. It is fantastic. So that's our number 15 for the month of May, Cascadia Jr. And shout out to Critical Hit Games for having us play live the other day. Okay, let's move on to number 14. This is an old favorite of mine. I still have this version, and I still have this game. Number 14, Parks. Now, Parks is a action selection. What is the name? You're moving along the line here, traveling in parks. You're moving your hikers to one of the spots in front of you, and you are going to take that action, right? So action selection. But it also has set collection, the different things that you're collecting, different resources, water, sun, etc. You're using those to visit the different national parks. And this is the original version I have here. I played it for Critical Hit Games. I played the solo version. There is a solo variant in the rules. But they have a new edition that's on sale at the store, and you can find it at your favorite retailer. The art's been updated. I believe the gameplay's been streamlined a little bit, but it looks gorgeous. I really like I mean, I love my version of the game. I'm not going to get rid of it. I really do enjoy it. But I do need to check out that new version because the art just seems, I don't know, a little brighter or something. And it's a terrific game, folks. Another one of these gateway style games where if you're new to gaming, I think this one is a good one. I actually prefer for new players Trails, which is one that I don't think it's still there anymore, but it was a Target exclusive for a while, and it took Parks and made it a much smaller game. I think it's a more manageable game, but each one has enough strategy that will satisfy veteran gamers. You're trying to figure out, oh, do I want to go to this space, or do I want to beat my opponent to this space, or hold back a little bit. So you can't just like hide out, and just go as slow as you can, because eventually when everyone else is at the end of the trail, then you have to go to the end. You can't just like wait there and scoop up all the scraps, basically. But a terrific game. I'm really glad that I brought this, or they had me live streaming, because it's been a while since I played, and the solo game works well. And that is Parks, folks. Definitely check that one out. Let's move on to number 13, Naishi. Naishi, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Let me know if I pronounce it correctly or not. This is a card game that's been out for a little while. The French version, which I believe... Okay, we're watching the trailer for the English version, which will be coming out from Renegade Game Studios. Now, little spoiler, Michelle and I played this and loved it. And the video we did is actually going to be, you'll be able to watch our playthrough at Renegade Con. This is a virtual convention. I'll put a link in the show notes where you can sign up and be reminded when it's going to happen. But Naishi, folks, it's a two-player, I guess you would call this a lane battler, but it's really neat because each card that you play, you're building two tableaus underneath or in front of you, and the market in the middle, you're both going to use that to add cards to your tableau. And each one, of course, you're going to decide where to play it, whether it's in your front-facing tableau or in your hand, which you will reveal at the end of the game. And of course, each card has different scoring abilities. Whether it's you want as many as possible in your tableau, or you want cards that are in certain locations, you want cards that are next to each other, etc., etc. Then there's also like, I forgot if it was a samurai. There's another card that like can duplicate cards. It is terrific. A really, really fun game. Now, I had learned how to play this on Board Game Arena with some folks in Discord. Speaking of Discord, if you haven't already, join our Discord, folks. Check out the show notes below, and you can find links to join our family-friendly Discord where we talk about games and non-game stuff. Have a lot of fun there. We also set up a lot of games on Board Game Arena through Discord, and I was invited to learn this game in Board Game Arena. I had no idea what I was doing, but by the end of it, I was like, okay, I sort of figured this out. But once Michelle and I played the actual analog edition, oh man, we were all over it. So as you can see, there's 2 players, 20 minutes or so. I'd say the first play maybe took us a little longer just as we got used to, the types of cards you want to get in your tableau. But after that, yeah, gameplay is super smooth. And be sure to check out our video that's coming soon on Renegade Game Studios, Renegade Con Virtual, which will be out is it this month? Yeah, it is June 2025, folks. So check those show notes, and I'll have the link there. You can check out when it's happening. Okay, moving right along, let's go to number 12. This is a party game that I absolutely fell in love with. Grant Lyon was a big proponent of this game, so Grant knows. I mean, I love his recommendations. Grant plays a lot of party games, a lot of gateway style games, newer games for newer players, and I always appreciate his takes on these. And he raved about number 12 Blob Party, and actually the one I'm doing is actually number 12 Blob Party Neon Nights. This is the newest version. It's the same game, but they just added neon, like glow in the dark Play-Doh. Or I don't know if they can actually say Play-Doh. This, the dough that they use. But let's go to the video here. This is Amy Dallin. Hi, Amy. Doing this for... there's the glow in the dark. They're doing this for the Good Times Society. In Blob Party, everyone has one of those cards. You're going to write answers down to the clues. So there's a category. There's a word. They're both one word, or not both one word, but so the category at the grocery store, risky is the word. So everyone writes their things, expiration date, shoplifting, anything to do that you think has to do with the category and word. You can use sentences or whatever. And then the object of the game is to all end up on the same team. You start as separate, opponents, but it's a cooperative game. You're trying to all come up with the same answer. And in this one, it's cool because the answers don't have to line up perfectly. But as long as it's in the spirit of the same answer, you're going to join with your fellow blobs. So everyone has a blob, a piece of dough, as you saw there. And if you match another player or another player's answers, then you all become one blob. So let's say this is a 6-player game. Is that how many they're playing here? I don't know how many Amy's playing. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a 6-player game. If 3 of you have the same answer, then all 3 of you go on to the same team. So then the next category and word, you 3 will secretly work on an answer together, and then the other people will they work separately, and then you reveal, and then if some of those join you, then you'll become part of their blob. And before the 7th round, I think that's like just one. I think you have 7 rounds to all form into a blob. I love this game, and I brought this to Michelle's school. I was talking about earlier. We have a semi-regular game day there for the kids, part of their club activities, and we all loved it. Michelle joined us. We had students join us, and we all... Thankfully, we played three different games. This is what great. This is what's a great game is like when you want to play it multiple times back to back. The students wanted to, I wanted to, Michelle wanted to, and each time we won. But it seemed like usually you would get better as you went. We were laughing. We thought we were getting worse. Like maybe it was the clues. They were just getting progressively tougher for whatever reason. But we still won, but the last time it took us all 7 tries. So it was funny. And these type of games, it's just all about having fun, right? And they're not the deepest strategy, but it's a terrific game. It goes along the lines of like Green Party Wins, Blank Slate, Just One, word games that are terrific party games. And I cannot recommend it highly enough, folks. There's a couple of games on here during this month's list that I've recommended. I mean, I recommended a bunch of them, of course, but this one, as a party game, I think it rocks. And it's Blob Party Neon Nights. Okay, moving right along, let's go to number 11. I did a paid preview of this for Rahdo's channel for our number 11 game. It is Flashpoint Golden State Heroes. This is the latest, and I will let you decide if it's the greatest version of Flashpoint. Now, so Golden State Heroes, what this does is it has a light narrative campaign, and this one hit, I don't know, it was close to home for me. It's based on California firefighters, right? Now, obviously, this is a fictionalized version of the firefighting folk in California, but just with the recent fires in Southern California earlier this year, it really hit home. They do have a light narrative campaign in this through different boards, and it is still Flashpoint. It's still the cooperative game that's been around for many years. I'll consider it a classic by many, including myself. And in it, you are trying to contain fires and try to rescue 7 victims before the building collapses or, worse things. And in Flashpoint, Golden State Heroes, you have the different characters that you're going to bring in. They are going to level up between games. And it is a replayable campaign. The narrative is light, but really cool. I think they did a terrific job of, bringing in these elements of, hey, I feel like my crew, my firefighting crew is, they're evolving, becoming better firefighters and so forth. And you have the different things that you can fight. Terrific game. If you're a Flashpoint fan, definitely for you to check out. Now, I didn't play they had the Legacy game. I did not play that one, but I did really enjoy Golden State Heroes Flashpoint. It is now on Kickstarter. I'll put a link in the show notes below. Okay, so that was a paid preview for Rahdo's channel. Let's move on to number 10. This is an oldie but a goodie, in my opinion. I love this game. Y'all know I'm a word geek. I love word games, and this word game is one of my favorites. It is called Wordsy. Now, Wordsy is a game of words, hence Wordsy. And I don't know why this keeps doing this. Did I? Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay. Take it from the top. Number 10 is Wordsy. I love word games. I am a word nerd. And this one has everything you want in a word game because it's simple to learn. It's got a little real-time element. And what's great is you can make whatever word you want. It's not limited at all. But the way to score points is based on those numbers that are there. So in this case, Becca and I are playing Good Morning Society. The M and the N is worth 5 points each. The P and the B, 4 points each, and so forth. You can do whatever word you want. And I'm thinking membership could be a word, member, etc., etc. So you can use vowels, you can use letters that aren't there, but you only get points for each letter scored there, and you only get them 1 point, one per time. So you can have like 10 M's in a word, but it only counts once because there's only one M there. You'll notice there's 2 P's, so if I use both of those, I'll score. So you do that for 7 rounds. You toss out your 2 lowest scores, then the highest score wins. Becca is also a fellow word nerd. She loves word games. She immediately, fell in love with this one just as I did. This is the older version I've had for years, and it is being brought back, or has been brought back by All Play in a new version. So I'm curious to check out that one, but I love my version. It's terrific. I also play it on the app. It is called Avowel, Avowel. Yeah, a vowel. It is, I think it's the official variant of Wordsy. They don't actually call it Wordsy, but they call it a vowel for some reason. But terrific word game. If you're not a word game nerd, this probably won't change your mind. But if you're into Scrabble, any kind of word, highly recommend this. Wordsy plays in about 20 minutes, and you can use whatever word you want. That's, I think, my favorite part of it. You may not score anything, but I just love the fact that you're not limited to just the tiles or the letters on the table there. All right. Olivia Nacional says, I was just going to ask if there was a digital implementation of this. 100% forgot about Avowel. Yeah. Find me on Avowel, please. Just Ruel Gaviola. Let's play. I know Variant Hex recently started playing, so check it out. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Number nine. All right, number 9 is the opposite of Wordsy. It's not quick. It is not a word game. It is a big, heavy or medium weight Euro. This is Ark Nova. I had not played Ark Nova in a while, and it reminded me of like, whoa, this is crunchy. And I loved it. It was terrific. I played it on Critical Hit Games. Luis and I live streamed this one. In it, you're building your zoo, but you've got tons of stuff to do. It's got engine building. It's got this really neat spatial element too, where you are trying to find the right tile placement as far as where you want your animals and animal enclosures to go. You've got your victory points and also your rep. I forgot exactly what 2 terms they were, but there's 2 different tracks that you're keeping a score on, and then once those 2 tracks meet, that's when the game is over. So it's a really interesting mechanism there. I had not played this in a couple of years, and I forgot about. For me, it was a heavier game. I was like, "Whoa, Luis! Wow, this is really good. I want to do all these things, but I can't. Right? I need to time it just right in order to do it." The brilliant part of this is the action selection. Right? As you can see in our player boards, we each have 5 cards. You pick one of those actions, and you're going to do it depending on like where it is position wise on your player board. It's going to be either stronger or weaker depending on where it is. And then once you do it, you're going to place it back at the start of the line, so it becomes a weaker version of that action again, and you'll slide everything to the right. Really interesting way to do that. I've always enjoyed that about Ark Nova, just that action selection system. It's been a while. These type of games, I realize that I need to practice them and continue to play them on a regular basis, because after not playing Ark Nova for a while, coming right back into it, I was like, oh, what am I doing? I need to focus on this. No, wait, I want to do this. That's just the way it goes. But a brilliant game nonetheless. Ark Nova, that's my number 9 for the month of May. Now, I was just talking about heavier game and a game that I hadn't played for a while that really sort of blew my mind. Number 8 is the same way. It is Root, the classic cute critter friendly war game, right? It is a war game at its heart. And again, I played at Critical Hit Games this time with Luis and Chris, the owner, and we each had our different factions. I played the birds this time. Chris played the cats, or no, the mice, and Luis played the cats. Talk about asymmetric play, folks. This is the game for asymmetric play, Root. Every single faction plays different. There's a bunch of expansions. They all play differently. And I played the birds. This is the one. I think I probably played this one the most of all the different factions. It is a programming a mechanism where you slot your different cards, and they're gonna you follow the specific order to do the actions and so forth. The cats are the ones that build a bunch of stuff all over the map. The cats are the ones that are most prominent on the map. And then the mice, they sort of like secretly try to do all kinds of stuff. And eventually they start populating all over the place. Hi, Dino Corgi. This one here, we did not, oh yeah, because it wasn't a 4-player game. We didn't play the Vagabond, a little raccoon that goes around stealing stuff. But this was really interesting. I think Luis and I were really close for the lead, and he pulled it out the last minute. It's a race to 30 points. But, Root, another one that if you haven't played in a while, at least I haven't. It took me, I was like, I got to remember how to play this. And I want to play, I feel like this is the game I should play more, I get more reps on the digital app, because the digital implementation, at least on Steam, is brilliant. I love that, and I should have, and that's one of my, I didn't even think about it. I should have put in some reps there before I actually played again. But I'll start putting the reps now, so the next game I play, next time I play in Root, I'll be able to bring a better A game. But Root, folks, still bangs. It's still a banger to this day. That's why it's my number 8 for the month of May, Root. Okay, now, number 7, another game that I introduced to Becca and Good Morning Society for our jacked up matchup, is number 7, Ship Shape. This is such an underrated game, and I believe it's still available. It went out of print for a little while, but I think it's Calliope Games. It's a Rob Davio game. Rob Davio done all kinds of stuff. He's probably best known for his work at Restoration Games these days. But Ship Shape, my buddy Jeff Bailey actually introduced me to this years ago. It is a simple set collection game. You have 3 different things you're trying to collect for points. You have your straight gold points. You have your contraband, which scores interestingly. So if, it's the person with the highest contraband scores nothing. And then everyone else will score depending on how much contraband they have. The gold is just straightforward. It's a 1-for-1. And then it is the cannons. The cannons, it's everyone except the lowest scores. So you want to have the most. You definitely don't want to have the lowest. I think those are the 3. And then you also have rats. The rats are on board your little holds. So you're trying to fill up your pirate ship with all kinds of stuff. And then the rats are negative points. So you want to cover those. And each tile is really interesting. As you can see there, Becca and I, it's a puzzle. We're trying to figure out how to place it on our ship to cover up items. And you're always going to have to cover up some good stuff, right? That's the thing, though, just the way the tiles are shaped. And then you do that 3 times per round, and then you move on to a new ship, a new round, and you repeat it 3 times, maybe 20 minutes. And I love Ship Shape because it plays up to 6 players, and it's always going to be about 20 minutes. Everything's simultaneous. You do use, you know what? Maybe it's 20 or 30 minutes, because what you use is a bidding system. Everyone has the same 10 cards, 1 through 10. You secretly bid, then you simultaneously reveal, and whoever has the highest gets the first choice. Because the tiles are stacked in a little stack. You can't look at them. You can only look straight down. So you may see something you want, but you're not sure, does this have anything that I don't need, or will cover up some of the other things? You don't know. You can see the very top one, that's it. So if you see something on top that you really want, bid your highest bid. If not, maybe go lower. But here's the cool twist. If anyone ever ties on those bids, the next player who is untied gets the first turn. And then the people who tied, they have to bid again using another card. So you play cards, they're out of your hand. And then once you have 1 card left in your hand, then you pick them all back up. So really perfect combination of the bidding mechanism to draft your tiles, and then the little puzzle of how to place those tiles most efficiently to get the most of some goods and not the most of others. Just a brilliant game all around. Ship Shape, totally underrated. I don't know why it flew under people's radars. Maybe the artwork wasn't the most appealing, or maybe just people were tired of pirate games. I don't know, but I think it's brilliant. That's our number 7 for the month, folks. Ship Shape. Moving on to number 6. This one, again, another one that Becca and I played during our jacked up matchup on Good Morning Society. This one is a pretty relatively new game. It was nominated for a Spiel des Jahres, and was it the Spiel or was it the Kenner? No, it was the Spiel. This is a game called Zenith. Now, Zenith is a two-player game. Excuse me. Oh man. Zenith is a two-player game. It's not ship shape. It is Zenith. I'm taking that again. Number 6 is Zenith. This is a two-player game that Beck and I played for the jacked up matchup. In it, it's area control, area majority, but also a bunch of really cool elements added in. And what I love about it is these are my favorite type of games. Play a card, do stuff. It's just they're multi-use, so you either go to the left side, which is the tech tree. You level up on the tech basically, and you'll get stuff. Or you play it to the middle portion, which most of them in this game we did, where you're trying to, it's like a tug of war, right? The more you have on one color, the more it's going to come towards your side. Once it gets all the way to your side, you claim it, and then the player who has 3 of the same, or 4 different, or 5 of any, wins immediately. It's just a race. Also on the right side, it's going to give you another element that you're going to add. I forgot what it's called, but that one, you get to do additional actions as well. It is terrific. Beck and I, this is the first time both of us had ever played it. I had learned it the night before, and then when I taught it, we played, and I think Becca eked out the victory, as she usually does. But it was so much fun. I really liked the whole like push and pull tug of war type games. I really like that. A game like Sun Tzu, one of my favorites, has that to it. But this one has 5 different elements you're trying to do. These are represent different planets you're trying to influence to take over, the Galactic Senate. But it is terrific. And Gamer Guy, folks, we recorded this live on Twitch. They say Zenith's mechanic reminds me of Blood Bowl Team Manager. Oh, interesting. So I've never played Blood Bowl Team Manager, but Gamer Guy has, and they know games. So I'm gonna take their word for it. Thank you for that, Gamer Guy. Let me show that up in the comments. Again, folks, we do this live. So if you ever wondered, hey, when do you record this? I will say we recorded this live every Monday, the first Monday of the month, here on Twitch and YouTube, and then you're watching the VOD, of course. But yeah, check out Blood Bowl Team Manager for a similar type of game to Zenith. And it looks like here is, that's when we're having tech issues. Yeah, okay, there we are. So anyways, Zenith, folks, we won't look at the tech issues anymore. A terrific game that was recently nominated for Spiel. Another one that was nominated for the Spiel, look at that transition, folks, is a game called, it's our number 5 game, called The Gang. I love this on paper, and I loved it in reality. The Gang is Texas Hold'em poker played cooperatively. Sounds crazy, right? I mean, it sounds crazy to me. I'm a poker player. This is Ashton from Shelfside going through his review. It is Texas Hold'em cooperative. So what you're doing, everyone has 2 hole cards, and you're gonna have a shared community cards in the middle. And what you're trying to do is rank where your poker hand is in relation to the other players. But you cannot do you do not talk, and you can't share any other information except for those poker chips that you have. And what you're doing is you're taking the chips based on the number that they have on them, like number 1, number 2, it's like the number of stars. So the higher it is, the stronger you think your hand is. So you're going to do this each round because the cards, the texture of your hands are going to change through gameplay, right? If you know poker, you'll understand this. If you don't know poker, I'd still recommend checking it out because they do teach you the game of poker. They'll show you the hand ranks and so forth. But it is interesting playing with non-poker players. I've done it before, so it's really interesting to see how they rank their cards. So as you do this, you're going to see who ranks highest and lowest. If you get it right, then the theme is pasted on. If you get it right, then you have broken into the bank, or you've done your heist or whatever. If you've done it wrong, then you'll trip off an alarm. You have to do it 3 times, 4 or 3 times against. You either win or lose after 3 turns. Oh, there they are right there. The sirens, alarms, and then the gold bars and the thing. Now, what's neat is if you lose a round, you'll get a helper card. So that makes it somewhat easier. So you'll get some free information. But if you've won, you'll get, I forget what they're called, not helpers, anti-helpers, where it's an additional challenge, right? So you might not be able to do what you want to do on certain turn. It is terrific, folks. I don't know what Ashton gave it to it. Let me see. What'd you give it, Ashton? I give it a 10. I give it a 10. I guess I should say I give it a 10 for poker players. I think it's one of those things where if you know poker, I think you really admire, at least I did, taking Hold'em and making it a game that is plays well. It gives you the feeling of poker without losing money. I mean, how much better is that? You're not betting any money, but you are trying to read what other players have, right? Just like in poker and Hold'em, can I beat this player? Am I losing to this player? This time they take that and make it cooperative where let's do this together. Let's try to read each other's minds and see how we rank. So I guess one way to describe it, and I think I have described it before, someone has, where this is Texas Hold'em meets the mind, right? So you can't say, oh, I've got a pair of twos in my hand. What do you have? No, you're just looking in whether you grab a chip or not. Like how quickly to grab it. It's like, oh, if I grab it immediately, maybe, oh, Ruel has pocket aces, right? So there's no bluffing, though. Here's the thing. You cannot bluff because you want your fellow players to know how strong or how weak your hand is, right? Terrific, terrific game, folks. Highly, I mean, the highest of recommendations for me personally. That is my number 5 of the month, The Gang. Okay, number 4. This one, number 4, is a game called Nature. This is a game that I believe was kickstarted, and it's going to be available real soon. And I got to play with Dominic, the owner of North Star Games. I got to hang out with him recently in LA. He was in town for I think family stuff, and he graciously reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'd love to show you Nature," and it was terrific. If you liked his previous game Evolution, this is the evolution of evolution. He's done several iterations, right? Oceans and so forth. But he said, and I agree with this. He said Nature is probably the vision of what he had in his mind when he made Evolution. It is like the most streamlined version of it. And I really enjoy this. Now, I liked Evolution, but I eventually moved on from it. But I think Nature does some really neat things where it makes it definitely more approachable. And this is Monique from before we played doing the Kickstarter tutorial from, I believe, last year. But same type of premise where you're trying to evolve your species and you're going to have to feed them, whether at the watering hole or on other animals, right? They could be predators. But it just seemed like, again, I played it with Dominic the one time when we met up. It just seemed like everything flowed smoother, and it played more quickly. And that, I had mentioned that, and he did talk about this a little bit, where he wanted something that he could give to non-gamers to show how fun like a combo terrific game is, right? So Dominic, I don't know if you know, I didn't know this. He's a former professional Magic player. He's got a really interesting backstory. I'd love to interview him sometime because he's been a captain of an Alaskan fishing boat. He's been a professional Magic player and just crazy stuff. And now he owns his, not crazy stuff, but just it just seems so two vastly different worlds. And now he owns a board game publishing company, which I love. But Nature, folks, if you like Evolution, or if you've never played Evolution, I think this is a great entry point into it, because what he's done is taken the core element, given it its own game where you can really get into it, but then he has different modules they can add to it that will ramp up the complexity. So you have this basic system of Nature, then you can add on for as complex or as streamlined or as simple as you want. That is Nature. I was very impressed by it. Number 4 for the month of May 2025. Okay, number 3. We got our top 3 now, and I've got a brain burner, folks. You thought Ark Nova was a brain burner? I'm going number 3. It's a game I greatly enjoyed. 3-player game, Lisboa, of Vital Lacerda. I do not talk about Vital Lacerda enough on this channel, mainly because I don't play too many of his games, because my tastes have changed over the years. I tend to go a little lighter, actually a lot lighter than Lisboa, but when I do play these games, oh my gosh, it reminds me of, I love these type of games. This is Vital Lacerda. just I would probably say a masterpiece. Just for me, the blending of mechanism and theme is just perfect. This is based on Lisboa in Portugal, where it had been destroyed by three different things. It took a beating back in the 1700s, I believe. I should have paid more attention to the history lesson in this game. We're watching Ronald's run through, by the way. Lisboa is destroyed by earthquakes, by fire, and by what was the third one? Oh my gosh, there's a third element to it that you're trying to fix. Earthquake, fire, and flooding, right? And what you're doing is you're trying to rebuild the city, and you're doing this through worker placement, set collection. You've got action selection, and it is just a big, deep, heavy game. And Rado's video is 25 minutes. And I think it's the best way to really learn this, at least just because the way he taught it is brilliant. He tied it into the mechanisms and the theme, right? Tied into the theme and mechanism. So he's talking about, hey, you're trying to bribe an official. Here's where you go. Oh, now you need to build something from the rubble. Here's where you go. But wait, now you need to do this, that, or this in your portfolio, which is your player board. You either tuck in a card on the top or tuck in the bottom. This represents your ship. This may represent an individual in the court, etc., etc. My 2 minutes here or so explain this will never do Lisboa justice. I just talked about just the main overarching theme. It's funny because on your turn, you do exactly one thing, folks. You play a card. That's it. But it's a multi-use card to the max. You either play it into your tableau, or, I mean, your player board, your portfolio. Again, you can play it in two different spots there. Or you play it to the board, the royal court, and you play it there, and then you're going to be able to do stuff. So each time you play a card, it's going to trigger multiple actions. And, oh, man. I played a 3-player game of this with Benita and Jake Michaels. And our brains were hurting in a good way. It's a lot to take in. While it's still fresh in my mind, I really want to learn the solo game, because this to me is like a wonderful way to play this type of game. These big chunky ones where you play solo, and to me, I'd rather do that. So when my brain does start to hurt, I can take a break, right? And this thing is a table hot. It is a beast. The thing was huge. We played at a public, like a bar, right? And we literally took up an entire table. We could have taken up 2 tables, to be honest with you. But folks, excuse me. Last year, with Jake and Benita, a fun fact, we played Vinos with Casey from Brain in a Jar. She was like the perfect teacher. We played Lisboa. We did not have Casey here, so it wasn't quite as smooth, but thankfully we had Jake, who teaches games like a champ. And then Benita and I had done our homework beforehand. I had watched Rado's video. I watched Monique and Naveen's video. You got to do your homework to play these type of games, but the experience, worth it. Number 3, Lisboa, folks. An epic game. And a wonderful game. I just, my mind still melts over this one. But check it out if you can. Let's move on. I got 2 more games to talk about. Number 2 is one that is right behind me, folks. This is Finspan. This is the latest in the Wingspan implementations. I did a solo playthrough of it. Shout out to Stonemaier Games for sending me over a copy. I love this. I think Finspan takes a lot of what I loved about Wingspan, right? A lot of people love the engine building, the different cards, this huge deck of cards that, you're trying to figure out where to play them. But it streamlines stuff down where, in this case, you're going top to bottom, like you're literally diving the ocean. But I think what's neat is it doesn't feel as, what was the word? For Wingspan, it just, like, I just think of the video of Mandy Patinkin, the actor, and I think it was his son-in-law, was trying to teach him and the family how to play Wingspan. And again, for gamers, Wingspan was, hey, this is a terrific, probably a gateway plus game. No, you have to remember, non-gamers, it's a big step up to get into Wingspan. And I feel like Finspan is the better entry point for this type of engine building game, because things are they just seem to make a little more sense in my mind. There are not as many resources to worry about, and there's no like feeding, right? As far as like trying to get the perfect amount of food for like in Wingspan the birds. Here you're still feeding, but it's just easier. There's not quite as many, and it's just easier to get your fish fed, right? Whether it's on other fish or items in the ocean or certain conditions you have to meet. Now, like Wingspan, there are 3 different parts of the board where you're going to play your cards or your fish in this case. But again, you're going top to bottom. You can place them anywhere, and then you can take the action of diving, and that's when you trigger all those benefits that you place on your board. And everything just flows better in Finspan. It literally flows, right? Like the ocean. I played the solo version on my channel. You can check that out. I really enjoyed it, and it is absolutely terrific. My number 2 game of the month, Finspan. Okay, got one more game to talk about. Again, I want to thank you all for joining me today here on YouTube. And I do record this live on YouTube and Twitch. My number 1 game starts with an F. It almost looks like Finspan. Now I look at it a little closer. It is Finca. I had never played Finca before. Pandasaurus sent me over a copy. This is a new version of a game that's been around, I think, since 2009. So like a 15, 16-year-old game. It is a light Euro game of resource management and completing orders. And it's got this wonderful Mancala. You see there that little windmill on the right side there? It's a Mancala. You're placing your farmers there and you're going to move them. So if you have 1 farmer on 1 space, you will move it 1 space. If there are 2 or 3 farmers, you'll take yours and move 2 or 3 spaces, whatever the number of farmers are. And then when you land on a spot, that's how many resources you get. So if I move my farmer 1 space and I landed on a spot, say, of lemons, and there are 3 other farmers there, with my farmer, now I've got to collect 4 lemons. It's great. And then as you go around the board, collect resources. Whenever you pass the dotted line, it's like the middle point of the windmill, you will get a donkey cart. Those donkey carts are used to transport goods to the island. I forget the name of it. But anyways, each region of the island has different orders that their customers or people want. So, like, say they want a fig. I have a fig in my supply of resources. I have a donkey cart. So now I can spend my donkey cart to deliver that fig. And then I get that top tile that has the fig. It'll score points at the end of the game. What's great is you keep doing this, and not only are you fulfilling the orders, the contracts, but once you've fulfilled the last one, there's another like special bonus tile that's on each region that you're going to immediately score. And each one's different. So one may be, for instance, whoever has sold the most lemons, or whoever's sold the most combination of the most figs and the most grapes, or whatever. Then you're going to look, everyone's going to look and see who has the most. That person will take that bonus tile. Then you place a finca, one of those little houses, on that spot. And once you place all of them, in this case, a 2-player game, 4 of those fincas, the game is over. It is fantastic. I loved how smooth this game plays. It really feels like a classic Euro game. Light, but thinky, not overly crunchy. It just feels good. You know, when you play a game that just, I don't know what it is. Just everything about it, it just seems well done. It was easy to learn, but it wasn't like, I mean, it was easy to play, but just the different elements made it such a gratifying experience. And I would recommend it for anyone who's a Euro fan, or even if you're not the biggest Euro game fan. This one, it plays so quickly, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, if that. And yeah, it's resource management, it's delivering contracts and fulfilling. But folks, that is it for my best board games of the month, May 2025. Don't forget to hit those like, subscribe, and notification buttons right down there. And be sure to follow me on all the socials. Check out the Discord community as well, and you'll be able to find out when I stream. And until next time, we'll see you later here on Tabletop Recall. Bye, everybody. And friends, that's going to be it for that portion of the show. I'm going to take a quick break. Thank you for hanging out with me. Want to say hi to everyone. Daihenio just showed up. Thank you so much. Good to see you here. Goblin says, really want to play Lisboa. Pablo says, missed chance on Finspan for the cards to be transparent, like Canvas or Mystic. Oh, yeah, that was a missed opportunity. Donkey Kong, or Donkey Card, yeah, call cardboard. I'm going to take a quick break, folks. I'm going to be talking about the games that you played. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, the games that you played last month. Let me just set up the little quick break section here. So, yeah, we'll take a quick break. We'll reset. I need to use the facilities. And be back in 5 minutes. All right, thanks again. This is Tabletop Recall. Okay, quick break, and we are back. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Hi, Bonds. Thanks for working and lurking. We're going to talk about the games that you played. So let me make sure I got everything set up here. Looks like we do. So I'm going to slap this onto the other part of the video. I'm learning how to edit, folks. I'm using DaVinci Resolve. I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing basic edits. I'm gonna, fix this so it looks like one continuous video, and maybe do some of those new tricks I'm learning. Yes, thank you for dropping that Poo Poo Cafe in the chat. Discord, folks, join us over in Discord. What I do every month is talk about the games that I play, but also talk about the games that you played in the month, previous month, and we can join the conversation by adding things to the Discord. So I ask you to do it in Discord nowadays because it's just easier for me to pull stuff, and it's easier for me to, when this thing here, the little chat thing starts freaking out like it always ends up doing, like is right now. Yeah. So, okay. See, it's working now. So, for instance, B. Travis played Trekking Through the World, Trekking Through History, Wine Cellar, Landmarks, and Hamster Roll. Oh, nice. Hamster Roll I have. I need to play that. I have to bring it to the next gaming meetup I have. But anyways, folks, what I ask you to do is share those in Discord. And Poo Poo Cafe, thank you for dropping that. Join us on Discord there, and I'll be able to share here. So, I'm going to pick up where we left off. We're going to edit this in. And thanks for hanging out, folks. So, let's talk about the games that you played in the month of May. Hopefully, you liked some of the games that I played. But even if you didn't, that's fine, because we're going to talk about the games that you played. And you can join our Discord community in order to participate. The first one I want to talk about is from A.B. Trube, a longtime supporter of the channel. A.B. Trube wanted to talk about, he went to Kubla Khan, played all kinds of great games, and the one he's highlighting, or I'm going to highlight for him, is Skara Bra. Skara Bra or Skara Bray. This is from Garfield Games. It is the video we're watching is from the Brothers Murph, my brothers from another mother. The aim of Scarborough, Scarbray, according to BGG, is to gather various resources in order to feed, clothe, and shelter the growing number of settlers. This is a drafting game. As you can see, they're building some tableaus there. And players take turn drafting cards using their workers to furnish, cook, craft, clean, and trade. So, once again, the brilliant team over there at Garfield has taken the worker placement mechanism and done new things with it. I love when, Garfield Games does this. Some of my favorite worker placement games from them include Architects of the West Kingdom and then Raiders of the North Sea. And each of those are like trilogies, the North Sea and then the West Kingdom. There's a few new ones as well. Definitely got to check this out. I have not played it yet, but you had me at hello with Garfield Games because I love what they do with worker placement mechanism. And Colt Cardboard says, this is my number 2 game I want to buy after Kalamala. Oh, Kalamala is so good. But yeah, this one I want to get to the table as well. Folks, by the way, you're watching this on YouTube. We are recording this live on Twitch and YouTube. And folks watching get to hang out and comment as well. So join us next time by hitting that like and subscribe button and finding us on Discord where you can hang out and join the conversation. Okay, thank you for that, A.B. Trube. Let's move on to a Variant Hex. They played a bunch of stuff as well, and they are going to highlight for them Conservis. So this is Maggie and Amy and Maggie's video from Thinker Themer, and it says here, Conservis has Amy playing solo. So Amy doesn't really play solo games, but she made an exception for this, and I know why, folks. Conservis is a Scott Alms game. One of my favorite designers of all time, Scott Alms, and he does wonderful, wonderful solo games, including some of my favorites, including Tiny Epic Galaxies. Oh gosh, it just went out the top of my head here. Warp's Edge and others, folks. So many. I mean, he's put out so many titles. He's like, I would say like the Ryder Knizia of solo games for me. Personally, I love his solo designs. This one I just got a copy of, so I want to play this. I don't know what the mechanisms are. It looks, it's a bag builder, deck/bag building, pool building. Let's see what Amy and Maggie are doing here. Amy's talking about the different cards here that you're trying to fish. But what's cool about it is you're not trying to overfish, right? So it's got that really neat theme of being, mindful of the subject matter. Like, yes, fishing is, a crucial thing. It's a vital part of the world, but overfishing you don't want to do. So in Conservice, you're trying to balance those. So each season you go out, again, according to BGG, you go out with a single boat, a little money. C is represented by a bag of chits full of fish and water tiles. Each round you will fish from this bag, taking back some to your facility for tinning, while others are left at sea to breed. See, very important, folks. So Conservice, I love the theme. I love the designer, and we all love Amy and Maggie. So I'm going to watch their video, learn how to play Conservice. So thanks for sharing that. That was from Variant Hex. Moving on to our next one is my buddy Oscar. The Oscar, he had a wonderful month of gaming, according to his Discord comment. A lot of games played during Mother's Day weekend. He also did a half marathon. Shout out to Oscar for that. His surprise hit with the folks he hung out with at the half marathon was Landmarks. I loved Landmarks. This was it last year or the year before? When did I do this video? This live stream was 9 months ago. So Michelle and I played with Daryl during Tabletop Live Network last year. This was my, I knew this was going to be a huge hit for Floodgate Games because it takes code names, right? Single word type thing, guessing game, party style game, word game. And it adds this little element of trying to find your way out from the map, almost like Decrypted, where you're trying to, or Cryptid, not Decrypto, Cryptid, where you're trying to find out exactly where this tile is going to go and using clues from your fellow players. It's a cooperative game. And here's what's funny. Daryl never plays cooperative games. He played this one. We had a great time with this. A fantastic gameplay, super easy to figure out or learn how to play. It's literally, Daryl just placed a word there. Now it's up to me and Michelle. Where does this go? You place it touching the other word or words, depending on how far, how much you feel like it describes it. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. So, on your turn, whoever's the active player secretly chooses a word, and not the active player, the person who is trying to guide you through the map. So they know where the exit is. They know where the treasures are. They also know where the bad things are, like the monsters or the traps. And through your deduction skills as a team, you're trying to wind your way out the map. There are a limited number of tiles, so you have to do it before you run out of tiles. And if you do something good, you may get a blank tile. If you do something bad, you may lose a tile. So, when did we play this last? It was after this. I think it was might have been like Dice Tower West or something. But always had a great time with this. It's a terrific party game, folks. If you have not played it, get to it. It is absolutely wonderful. That's Landmarks. So glad to hear you liked it. Excuse me. Glad to hear that you liked it, Oscar. Let's move on to Mo. Mo played Andromeda's Edge, Black Orchestra, Dark Heist, Flip 7. Also played Bomb Busters, which I've been hearing a lot of good things about. I do not know this game. I have not played it. This is One Stop Co-op Shop run through preview of it. Just the different parts of it, clues and cues. Bomb Busters, you're trying to, there's a set of 48 normal wire cards, according to BGG, numbered 1 to 12, 4 of each value, with yellow and red wires. These are dealt out. Each mission is different, but your goal is always the same. Go through all 12 numbers without blowing up. So you're going to place your tiles on the stands and then take turns pointing at each other's tiles and guessing their values. Oh, interesting. If the guess is correct, the wires are cut. If not, the detonator advances. If you manage to cut all wires without blowing up, you've completed the mission. Try again. So there's 66 missions. Oh my gosh. There's a lot. So 66 different ways to play depending on your moods, in order by level of difficulty, favorite configuration, etc. Plenty of tricky bombs. So yeah, it's a cooperative game. Try not to blow up. I just immediately thought of, what was that game? Now, this is totally different, but just the theme, try not to blow up. Keep talking or this room explodes or this bomb explodes. We played a ton of that during the pandemic. But I need to watch this video here, Mike's video. He always does a fantastic job of explaining games. And, it's got cute critters. I'm in. Yeah, I've heard, people have been talking about this. They've been saying it's really a wonderful co-op game with a fun little theme. So definitely want to check that out. And thanks to Mo for pointing it out. Thank you, Mo. Let's continue here. Let me find the next game. This is from DC, another regular. Mo is as well in the Discord community. Had a very eventful May for DC. Cosmic Encounters for the first time, I think. Or said it was okay. Fellowship of the Ring Trick Taker, I love that. Far Away, I loved. Endeavor Deep Sea, I'm getting my copy soon. I want to play. But Mo, or DC, pointed out Wong. I've not played Wong, and this is a Reiner Knizia game. It's the newest implementation. So he does this a lot, right? Reiner Knizia will take like a game and then re-implement it, either add or subtract mechanisms. So start with Tigris and Euphrates, which is considered a classic of his, which became Yellow and Yangtze, which is the next iteration. And this one, Wong, is the very next iteration. It's 2 to 4 players. This is a longer game of Knizia's, 90 minutes. So the one and only Doctor, published over 800 games. This is one of the heavier ones apparently, but I know that it is a game that, this is why I love the Good Doctor's designs. They're always low rules overhead, but plenty of tons of strategy. So this is a 2-player game according to BGG, set in ancient China, and you take control of one of the warring states, battling to unite the country under your dynasty. So you have different leaders. Then you're going to place these, right? Tile placement or hexagon placement. And depending on the corresponding tiles they have there, you're going to allow you to build pagodas to score points, trigger or avoid wars, and instigate peasant revolts that bring down your enemies. Interesting. So, to me, it's got the makings of a classic Knizia, right? Where simple turns, but the deep strategy as you build the board. I'm wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. Colt Harbord says Wong is great as long as it's 4 players. 5 players gets too hectic. Yeah, that's totally fair. So the Wong, let me see. It does say 2 to 4 players, and I believe it's Yellow and Yangtze that was up to 5. No, that was also 4. Maybe there's I don't know. Maybe you can play at 5, or is it Tigris and Euphrates? Nope, that was 2 to 4 as well. I played. It's funny. I've never played Tigris and Euphrates. But I played Yellow and Yangtze online. Actually, I think with John Gonzalez, a.k.a. Book of Nerds. William Wilson, hey, howdy from Vegas. Good to see you, William Wolf. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're been well, friend. Wow, all the way from Vegas. Folks, we are recording this live on Twitch and YouTube. We're talking about the games that you played last month. I just did mine as well. And that was from DC. Thanks for sharing, DC. Very, very nice to see. Always happy to talk about a Reiner Knizia game, as you know. All right, let's move on to the next game. I want to talk about To Live in Nice in LA. Played Party Panda Pirates, said it right. Sliding Bears, what was it, 5, excuse me, Flip 7, Things and Rings, Corridor, Pac-Man, which, I'm dying to play that one. But I wanted to highlight Dungeon Cart. I know we got lots of video game heads in chat and also watch this channel. Dungeon Cart, folks, this is Mario Kart, the board game, basically. But it's set in the world that Brother Wives Games has done, with their different games. Overboss and, oh my gosh, what's the first one called? Not Dungeon Cart. The one that you dive in the dungeon. Oh my god, it's their flagship game. I'm embarrassed. I am not remembering it. What is it called, folks? The card game it's a 8-bit card game, and you build a tableau. I'm so embarrassed. I don't remember. This is their flagship game. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Brotherwise Games. They make games. Thank you, Boss Monster. Jeebus. Boss Monster. This is based on the Boss Monster world. As you can see there, they have the Boss Monster characters, but they're in cars and they're racing, and there's ways to mess them up. Just like in Mario Kart, you don't drop bananas, but you drop other things that will impede them. There's some oil slick. You have your little player board, which is cool. It's got the different gears that you can move up and down on. It's fast. It's furious. Of course, I was going to say Fast and Furious because it's a car game, but it's a terrific game. I played this. It was a big group of us. I played on Brothers Murphy years ago. The prototype, had a great time. Played it at 2 and 3. Both games are terrific. They just changed up a couple of little things there. But if you want that experience of Mario Kart, but in the Boss Monster world, be sure to check out Dungeon Cart. Okay, a couple more here, and then we'll get going. Austin, friend of the channel, played his standouts for him were Decrypto and Fathomable, and a game that I want to highlight because I don't talk about it enough on this game. Cockroach Poker, another simple family weight game. It's just bluffing, pure bluffing. Like, do you think I have this? I'm gonna place a card in front of you and say what type it is. For instance, a rat or what, or I mean, whatever. And you're gonna say, yes, you believe me, or you're going to say, I don't believe you. And then you can, it's going to move from, as you can see here from Shut Up, Sit Down's video, it's either going to stay with you or you're going to move along to the next player. Finally, someone's going to call the bluff and you're going to reveal yay or nay. Was it the card that you thought? Yes. Was it not the card you thought? No. And then whoever gets, I think it's 4, just loses the game. Everyone else wins. So yes, there is an element of ganging up on someone, but the games are so quick and they're so fun. Like, it never, to me at least, it doesn't seem mean. If you're gonna cry about, or if you're going to feel bad about getting picked on, then of course game isn't for you. But it's such a quick game, like it's just part of the game mechanism, right? Someone's gonna get stuck getting, the 4 matching animals or whatever is to trigger the end. Terrific game. I actually played a couple of years ago. Michelle and I played on a custom deck. It was really neat. Jake Michaels invited us over. So it was us, Jake, his wife Katie, and a couple other friends. We played a 6-player game of Cockroach Poker, but their deck was actually from another friend's wedding. And in that deck, it was like the wedding party, I believe. So you have these people, and they have their names printed out, but it's like, oh, this is so-and-so. Jake, this is your card. So you're going to, am I bluffing? Is this Jake or not? And so it's just a really added element of fun. And I actually want to take that idea. I want to make a custom deck for my family and then teach them how to play Cockroach Poker. So Game Crafter, I'm coming after you. I'm going to have you print up my custom deck. Okay, one final game that you all played that I want to highlight from DNix7. DNix played Tribes of the Wind, and the game that I'm going to highlight right now, it is Life in Reterra. This is Eric Lang's mass market game. They partnered with, I believe, who is it, Hasbro? I forget. Sorry if it's not Hasbro. But it is a accessible, approachable tile laying game of create a new civilization through Reterra. You've got the different terrains that you're building on, along with the little polyomino tiles, the shapes there that you place down that are your buildings. And you've got population, and I believe it's junk or trash that you're trying to manage. Pretty straightforward, but very light and approachable. It's got gives me King Domino vibes, but just a little added onto it, which I love. It is Hasbro. Thank you, Gamer Eyes Guy. It is just a little step above King Domino, which I really appreciated, and it's still very, very approachable for families. And I think it's terrific. Now you have what's neat is you have the standard cards there, each one of the different tiles that score, and then as you get adapted to the game or adept at the game, you could swap those out for cards that are a little trickier. So definitely check that out, folks. B. Travis, forgot that I picked this up. Going to have to get to the table soon. Yeah, I haven't played mine since this video that I did, which was, I believe, earlier this year. So I want to play it again. It's terrific. That is Life in Reterra. Folks, those are the games that you played, and also the games that I played in the month of May. This has been Tabletop Recall. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll talk to you soon. See you later. So long. Bye-bye. Okay, folks, that's the outro for that. Poo Poo Cafe, you did not talk about, oh, what games did you play? Poo Poo Cafe, sorry I didn't get to those. We'll get to them next time. I'm out of time here. I need to get going because I've got a meeting. I've got to eat lunch, then I got a meeting. But, folks, if you didn't already, Poo Poo Cafe, as long as anyone, I usually ask for games the the night before, a couple nights before. Let me do this in chat here. Discord, join the Discord, and then we'll talk about we'll share your games for the month, folks. So sorry if I didn't get to your games this month. We'll do it next month. I'm gonna head out, folks. We'll have a wonderful week. Be sure to join me on Thursday at Critical Hit Games. That's my next live stream. Everything else, I've got days off. I'm working stuff offline. But until next time, take care. Have a great nap, Carver. Oh, nap sounds great right now. Let's go raid someone. I saw Bonds was here. Was she streaming? I don't think she streams this early. Maybe she just dropped in to say hello, which I always appreciate. We're gonna send you on your way to. Let's go to. Want to find a new board game channel. Any new board game channels we can do? Oh, Bonds is folding laundry. Oh man, I gotta fold laundry too. Thanks for the reminder. Any new board game channels out there? Huh. Okay, we'll try this channel. I don't no idea what they're having a birthday extravaganza. Whoever this is, a treaties. I don't know. We're gonna send you on over there, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful day. Sorry, I don't got Discord, Pablo. No worries. Join us every week, every Monday here, Pablo. I do this once a week on this channel. Every Monday morning. This time is Tabletop Recall. I also do teach and plays. I also do unboxings and so forth. So come on by anytime. You're always welcome. Folks, we're rating right now. Take care so long. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful week.